let's see. Oh, okay. According to Walton, he said that construction has begun on that Fort Madison project, and they're expected to employ 300 to 500 construction workers. He said that more than 80% of the construction workers so far at Fort Madison are Iowa residents, and so hopefully that might be a reflection of the other projects too that Iowa workers will be working. And so that's important. Construction is returning. We're coming into the spring, and we've had a pretty nice winter, and so construction jobs are pretty important, particularly in southeast Iowa, where there is high unemployment of construction workers. And so whoever wins those bids and where the revenue goes, if it's in Iowa or if it's in Illinois, is very relevant. It's an important story to follow, I believe. Okay, so there's an economic growth streak in Iowa, apparently, and this is according to the Des Moines Register, and I'll put that on the camera right there. And this is what they're saying. Basically, a report Tuesday shows Iowa's economy improved in November, the 14th consecutive month of growth, with strength in 7 of 8 components, including future Iowa farm profits and factory hours. And so they're judging that by the Agricultural Futures Profit Index, manufacturing hours worked weekly, and then the Iowa Stock Market Index, unemployment insurance claims, building permits, and a national yield spread. And so farming is one indicator that's shown strength over the 6 months, according to the article. The report shows corn, soybean, hog, and cattle profits all grew. And then also Harris, who's connected, let's see, I believe with the Iowa Department of Revenue. He says, I think we've seen the strength in farming help drive manufacturing with improved demand for machinery and other goods. And so manufacturing and industry is heavily or tightly connected with agriculture here in Iowa. So where one goes, the other likely will follow. And it looks like there's improvement on both sides. Okay, and so this is also some pretty good news, and this is coming from the Des Moines Register. And what they're saying is Grandview graduates succeed in a difficult economy. And that article came from Rachel Mitchell. She's the Grandview University Manager of Events and Publicity. And so they're saying for the 17th year, the most recent Grandview University graduating class secured 98% job placement within 6 months of graduation, even in a difficult economy. And so nearly all graduates who moved out of state did so to further their educations, most with the intention of returning. The top employers include Wells Fargo, Mercy Medical Center, Iowa Health Systems, Veterans Administration Healthcare Center, and Nationwide. And so Grandview's placement rates have been 98 to 100% each year on the past 17 years. So I say that's just terrific for Grandview and its graduates. That's, speaks well to the dedication on the part of the administration at Grandview, and then also the students there too. The fact that they were able to do that when a lot of people have been floundering in this economy. They've been getting out there and working hard and making gains. I'm really happy for them. We've talked about the future of the younger generation here, and I'm glad to see that that set of people are doing well. Great Grandview, and good luck, and hopefully there'll be more to come. Okay, and so there is another article on jobs in Iowa, and I'll put this on the camera. It's from the Friday, January 7th edition. Iowa regains third of lost jobs. And what they're saying is the state isn't expecting to replace the remaining positions until 2012. And apparently the Des Moines Register is going to be taking a close look at the job market for the next 12 weeks in the Sunday Register. And they're going to be looking at our state's challenge in adding jobs. And let's see, there's a little bit more inside the article I'm going to take a closer look at. Governor-elect Terry Branstad has made the economy a top priority as he heads into office next week. The Republicans set an ambitious goal of creating 200,000 jobs and boosting income 25% over the next 5 years. And so, according to Mara, who's a Moody economist, she says that there will be a huge demand for farm products such as corn and soybeans. We should see this for a long time to come. She also goes on to say that farming strength is rippling into manufacturing, which is the industry that was the hardest hit during the recession. So there's some good news there, backed up with information from the Moody Institute. Okay. So the next article is still on jobs here in Iowa. This is pretty interesting, and I'm going to see if I can actually get that whole article on the camera because there's a photo associated with it. And $250,000 grant, a $250,000 grant, a boost for green jobs training, which is something of interest to us at Blue.Green.Fusion. A Des Moines group that works with former offenders and other hard-to-employ people plans to add green jobs training with the help of a $250,000 grant. Gerald Brantley, chief executive of Spectrum Resources, says the center will add solar energy and fiber optics training with funding from the Milton S. Eisenhower Foundation based in Washington, D.C. Brantley said his group has raised about $800,000 to provide training for up to 50 students during the program's first year. It goes on. The training will enable students to build and install solar panels as well as work on copper and fiber optic networks. The training is in the fields of energy and communication systems where there is growth. And so the group has helped 775 clients last year, most of whom were people just released from jail. He said 87% of clients found jobs and 82% held their jobs for more than 6 months. And so that supports my philosophy and the philosophy of a few others. Green jobs, not jails. So that's good news too. I like having good news to read on Blue.Green.Fusion. I really do. Okay. This is also not necessarily on jobs. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Where am I? All right. I'm here. This is also from the Friday, January 7th Des Moines Register. This is somewhat on renewable energy. This is the article right here. Let's see, Culver looks back pleased. All right. So I'm not going to read the whole article, just a little snippet. Culver said his administration's spending on renewable energy development, education, and healthcare leaves Iowa in better shape than when he took office. And so, again, we are seeing some results of the initiatives that Culver championed while he was in office, and the fact that he's laid a pretty welcoming environment for wind energy, and then solar, and then biodiesel as well. And so I think we are going to see somewhat of a legacy left by him in terms of those issues, for sure. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go on to some downtown buildings. Downtown buildings, we've talked about sprawl and then urban development and economic development. So these articles focus on some empty buildings, one of which was declared a nuisance. Empty building expected to be declared a nuisance, and there's a particular reason why. The Des Moines building at 6th Avenue and Locust Street is expected to be declared a public nuisance at Monday's City Council meeting. The action would authorize the city's legal department to seek a court order to declare the building abandoned and award its title to the city. The city would then try to sell it. And the reason why they're doing it is because it creates a hazard in the wintertime if the utilities are allowed to lapse, and if the owner is not available, they have to make sure that they connect the utilities so the pipes won't freeze and burst, and then there's, flooding and a whole lot of chaos and mayhem resulting from that.